today's webinar is how to leverage digital presence through social media. And recently, we were receiving a lot of requests from our member organizations regarding what to put on their websites, how to manage their social media handles better, and how to reach out to a large audience using social media. So, we decided to do this webinar. And to speak on the topic, we have with us today Mr. Vikas. Vikas is a digital marketing trainer with 16 years of experience in implementing digital marketing and analytics for various domains like travel, hospitality, business, media. He's also a research enthusiastic. He's researching on new ways of information retrieval using data analytics. He's working with FIAPO as a consultant, and he'll be speaking on the topic today. A kind request to you all to please mute yourself. Make sure that your mics are mute. And if you want to raise any queries, you can write in the chat box. We'll be taking your queries after the session, after Vikas is done speaking. Um, thank you very much for joining us today. Over to you, Vikas.
Hello, good morning, everyone. So I am with FIAPO right now as a consultant, and I'm taking care of all the digital properties of FIAPO. In past, as Smriti mentioned, so I'm into the industry since last 16 years, more into training and consultancy. And with me, Shreya is also with me, and she's taking care of FIAPO communication parts with the social media things. So in between, wherever it is required, Shreya will help us to add more values to it. To begin with, let me start my screen. So what we can do is we'll try to make this session more interactive in a way that, after each slide and whenever you have a question, you can just raise your voice and we can discuss those things, right? So let me share my screen first. Smrit, hello. Yeah, Shreya, can you give me the access to share the screen?
Vikas, I think I'll be able to.
So today what we are going to discuss is that I try to make this whole session crisp, and we primarily focus on Facebook social media marketing tactics regarding keeping all our activities, whatever we are doing. So we try to pick some case studies also here, and we try to make it more interactive in terms of we will make the session live. So whenever you have a query, we can discuss those things. Also, we will share the things live with you, that how to use the audience manager and different tools of Facebook, right? So to begin with, when it comes to a social media, as you all aware about that, there are lots of platforms on social media which we can use to to share our voice, or to increase the reach of our voice to maximum number of people, right? So when it comes to different platforms, so Facebook is one platform out of it. So apart from this Facebook, there are lots of other platforms, and these are the Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. So there are two platforms, which is Facebook and Instagram, which are very commonly used. But yes, Twitter is something which is raising, and it is another good platform to use. Pinterest is something where people are doing good, and they are trying to improve their presence using the Pinterest boards. So today's session is primarily focused on the Facebook part. So to understand the Facebook first, so what we are going to do is let's understand about the Facebook, that what all so what all we have in the Facebook. Just a minute. Okay. So in Facebook, if you have seen that there is one thing that is called a profile. So whenever you create your your account on Facebook, it means that you create your profile on Facebook, right? So when it comes to a profile, so let me share one. For example, say this is my profile page of Facebook, right? So share. Just a minute. It's loading. Right. For example, say this is my profile page, right? So this is a cover area where we place our photos related to the profile, and this is the about a section where we add all the information about ourselves, and this is our this is called a timeline where we can see whatever we have posted. And on this page, on this post, we can see that these are some engagement metrics here, that how many people like it, how many people comments it and share it, right? So this is a profile actually, right? So what we have to do is on Facebook, first we have to create a profile with your own name. And there is one interesting thing in the profile is that when you create your profile, then you invite people, right? So these peoples are your friends actually, right? So there are two terms. One is friend, another one is fan. So when we are saying friend, it means that I ask someone to to become my friend here. So on profile we have friends. So in single profile page, for example, say this is my profile page, I can have maximum 5,000 friends, so not beyond that. So once I reach to that 5,000 friends level, then my profile convert it into a page. So what all Facebook provides us, so this is a profile thing which we have to create. So from to start any paid services on the Facebook or any paid campaign on the Facebook, or to create any event or to create any page, the first thing we need a profile, right? So we have to create a profile, and on that profile we can ask our friends to join so that we can share the things and we can see what they are sharing, right? So this is about the profile. When it comes to other areas like this, so these are the sections, these are the services which Facebook provides, right? So what we can do is we can create a page. Page is something that is called a business page. For example, say we are into NGOs, so we have a page which is related to our NGO services. And difference between page and profile is that on profile I ask users and I send a request to my friends and they become my friend. But in page we create a business page and users come and join our page and become our fan actually, right? So there are two things which comes in page. One is a like, another is followers, which we will discuss later on. The another thing is that we with the profile, what we do is we share a post on a profile as well as page. We share a story on a profile. We share a live event on a profile. Apart from this, these are the few services. So we can do a paid marketing on Facebook. We can create a group. We can create an event. We can create a marketplace listing, as well as we can create a fundraiser over there. So these are the services which we can utilize from the Facebook platform. But before that, we need a profile for that, right? So obviously, I think that in today's time, each and everyone has a Facebook profile. Now, next comes to utilize these profiles into a business mode or into a service things actually, right? So to begin with, we will start with the page first. So when you have to create a page, so you have to just click on a page and it will ask you about what kind of services you are into, right? So let's see this. So whenever you are going to create a page, so it asks you about the name of the page, it asks you about the category of a page and small description about the page. And there are more detail related to the page, like like photos, like cover photos, and the services in which you are and the industries which you are, right? So category is very important here to identify that in which category you are. So most of here are in a say in NGO category, so that category is already mentioned here in the system, right? So let me come to the presentation once again. So this is a difference between profile and a page. So to begin with and to start with any service of a Facebook, we need a profile, and using that profile we start create a page or events or whatever we are looking for, right? So as I have mentioned here, a profile is a great great way for doing things like communicating with your family, friends, and sharing photos, videos, etc. Whereas Facebook pages are the best way to market your business organization. This is your business profile or page where customers can find your post and business information. Now, one interesting thing is when you see this, for example, say this is my profile page, and I will show you my, another page also, right? So this is my profile page. So in this page, if you see here, so these are the, these are the posts, and these are my posts actually, which I have posted here, right? And I can see, people who commented here. Now, when I go to my timeline here, right? So I can see what all my friends posted, right? So if you see, I have shown you here that maximum 5,000 friends we can have in a profile page. So if you see here, I have close to 1,000 friends on my Facebook page, on my Facebook profile, right? So it doesn't mean that I will get 1,000 feeds here in my timeline, right? So for example, say one of my friend, she has posted something, this I can see it, and this is the ad, sponsored is the ad thing, which I can see it here. This is some of my other friend who shared something, right? Similarly, these are the friends who are sharing something, and I can see what they are sharing. But as I have shown you that I have close to 1,000 friends, it means that I will get 1,000 posts, I will get 1,000 feeds here in my wall. So it doesn't work like this actually. So what happened is maximum, Facebook try to show 255. This is the maximum. However, it shows hardly 100 to 150 feeds in a profile page, right? So now how and on what basis Facebook picked this thing up, and why Facebook is showing me for the post from this post only and not from the rest of the friends? The reason being is there is one update, last year, which Facebook has released, that is called a meaningful social interaction. What does it mean? It means that if we are interacting with our friends, right? For example, say this, she's my friend, I am interacting with her by liking her, videos, or by commenting her, or by, sharing her, right? So I have some sort of engagement, and she's also replying back to me. Then the chances of getting her posts on my wall will be higher actually, right? So what does it mean? It means that we need more and more engagements on our, either it's our profile postings or our page postings. We will discuss the page things in more detail in coming slides. So the key thing is that we need more and more engagement on our posts, right? So now how to get that engagement, that we will discuss in the later slides also. But just to let you know that how Facebook works, right? So Facebook shows only those limited posts in my timeline with which I have a great interaction, right? So this is a key difference between between profile and a page. So now let's come to the page, as well as before starting with the page, let me share few things of Facebook which are pretty common and we use mostly. So there is one term that is called a like. If anyone likes our page, any of my friend or my unknown friend or known friend like my page, then that guy become my fan, right? So page is what? Page is my business page. Let me show the page here, right? So for example, say this is my page, right? So here we can see lots of pages, whatever we have. Let me show you the example of this page. So that was my profile, the one which I have shown you, right? From that profile, I have created one page with this name, and this is my page. And here I can see that, okay, say close to 17,000 people are following me, liked it, and there are 17,062 people who follow me, and these are my fans actually, right? So now one thing is that I am posting some material, some post on my profile, and another is that I am posting some posts on my page. So when it comes to a page, when we post anything to my page, then the reach is high, right? So here there are 17,000 people to whom I can reach, and I can show my post. However, when it comes to profile, just we discussed the last time that we can maximum have 500 friends over there. So that's why that profile need to convert it into a page, right? So for example, say this is my page, and on this page we have posted some posts related to some poetry thing. So this is, it shows that, okay, that out of 17,000 people, whatever I have posted, it reached to only 153 people, and 16 people show some engagement. And what is that engagement? We can see that either it's a like symbol, it's a 7 share, or it's comments. So whatever it is, like, share, or comments, that is the engagement actually. Now, how Facebook works? The way it works for the profile pages, the profile section, the same it works for the page part. So as we mentioned that in profile, if we have maximum interactions, meaningful interaction with our friends and family, then the chances are high that we will get more feeds from our friends, right? So same with the pages. So we need a meaningful social interaction, that is MSI update also from Facebook. So what does it mean? It means whatever people, fans who are liking our page, we are interacting with us, or they have some comments, we are interacting with this. We have to make this whole post interactive, more and more interactive, right? Now when we post anything, so post starts from, there is one thing that is called a reach. Reach means that up to how many people my post reached, right? So if you see, we have 17,000 followers, for example, and out of 17,000, my post reached to only 153 people, and 16 people show some engagement over there, right? Now, if I want the same post to reach to as much as possible, means as much as many people possible, right? So if I see 17,000, if I want to make it, to the 17,000 people, then what I have to do next, right? So first thing, as I have mentioned, we have to make it more, interactive. So if my post has maximum shares, likes, and comments, then automatically the reach will increase. If it is not, if we don't have this much of number, then people are not sharing it, people are not liking it, then the reach will also kill. So there are two kind of reach in Facebook. One is organic reach, and another one is a paid reach. So whatever the number here is, so maximum Facebook for free provide 1 to 3% reach organically. What does it mean? It means if I have 17,000 people, so maximum I can reach to 173 to say 500 people organically, right? But what to do beyond that? So for beyond that, what we have to do is, so there is one option which Facebook says it's a boost post. So I have an option where I can, do a boosting for this post also. What does it mean? It means to increase the reach and to reach to a maximum number of people, I have to, do the paid boosting of it so that I can reach up to 17,000 people, right? So this is how Facebook works. So to increase the reach and to reach to maximum number of our followers, we need some paid push to the things, right? So that we will discuss later also. So this is this is how page works. So this is the difference between pages and profile. Just a minute. Now let me come to the next thing. Okay, so as we discussed the engagement. Engagement is the number of likes, comments, and shares. Engagement formula is like plus share plus comments divided by total number of people reached. Timeline, as I've shown you, there's a stream of updates on your own personal profile or page. So this is my timeline here, right? That on what date what I have posted and how many people, what's the reach, what's the engagement. This is my timeline. Now, share is something then when people, share our posts. Events is something that Facebook create, we can create events on the Facebook, whether it's a business event or it's a party or it's a, planned chats kind of events that we will discuss later. And friends, as I have mentioned, friend is someone who receive your friend request and accept it. Once the request is accepted, you will start seeing their updates in your feed. Friends are the people who liked your business page. A business does not take any action for the same one to become a friend, right? So I have, if I want to like, say, for example, say page of Nike, I can just go to the page of Nike and like it, right? So Nike doesn't have to, do anything with me, right? So friends are for our profile and fans are for our pages. There is another thing which we have seen in our profile page. These are the sponsored stories. So these are the paid posts. Whatever we will do, the paid marketing, we can see those posts in our profile page. Okay, now when you are going to create a page, so because this here in a new version, you can see that these are the services which we can utilize of Facebook. We can create a page, we can create ad, groups, events, marketplace, fundraiser. So when we create a page, what all things we have to take care of, that is important to understand. So when we are going to create a page, so first thing is that we have to identify the right category, that what category we deals into. For example, say I am into writing, so I have mentioned as a writer over there. So if you are into NGO, we can mention that NGO thing over there, or whatever the closest category to our services is there mentioned in the Facebook. So we have to pick that services over there. Then we have to pick the right profile picture and the cover photo. So cover photo is important for us to tell the whole story about the page. Actually, what is this page all about, right? So for example, say we are into animal care, then we can show some good nice pics related to animal cares and all these things, right? And we have to be very precise with by mentioning the names where we can use that the about section should have to be complete, right? So it should be detailed that what exactly we are into, right? That we have to mention specifically over there. And the good thing with the Facebook is when we are going to create a page over there, it asks you the other connected platforms also. So we can mention in the page that what other channels we do have, and we integrate our Instagram handle with the Facebook also. Right now, the important thing is whenever we are going to create a page and we are going to name a page, so we should have to try to keep a same symmetry for all the social handles, right? For example, say if I'm going to create a page with the name of Sherry Amrohi, so I will try to make it the same name on the social handles, right? So Insta also has the same name, Twitter also has the same name, LinkedIn also has the same name, right? So the name, whatever name we are giving to our page or say social handle, so that is called a social handle, right? So it's a handle. So if someone asks you what is your social handle, you have to just tell the name of your page, right? So you can say that, okay, Fiapo India is my social handle, right? So this is something how it works, right? So handle is something, the name of your page. So this is about when we are all about the the page creation. Now the key things when it comes to create a page, what posts, what we have to take care of the posts, right? So the length of the posts. So whatever we are creating a content over there, the posts between 100 to 250 characters receive 60% more comments, likes, and shares, right? So as we have mentioned that, okay, what we need we need whatever we are posting, we need good reach, maximum reach, and maximum engagement. So this is the key motto for us whenever we are posting anything on our page, right? So when it comes to our reach, we already discussed that, okay, whatever fan size we do have, for example, say we have 1000 fans, so Facebook automatically give organic reach 1 to 3% on the basis of the engagement. So engagement is something how many people are liking our posts, sharing it, as well as commenting on our post. So whenever we are writing anything about our post, so it should be somewhere in between 100 to 250 characters only. So if it is more than that or less than that, then the chances of getting more likes, comments, and share are less actually. So it is recommended by Facebook that, okay, it should be 100 to 250 characters to receive 60% more likes, comments, and share comparatively other posts. And just doing a text post is will not work. So what we can do is the types of posts. So if we do a photo post, photo album, and videos, so the chances of getting engagement is higher than just doing a text post or link post on our page, right? Now the another thing is that we should have to be a very very crisp in terms of that what action we want from our users to take on a post, right? So we have to mention it, right? Sometimes what happen is that okay, so if you see in real world also that if someone asks you to share something, then you start sharing it, right? So if we want, you know, users to share our post, we can ask them to share it. If we want to like it, we can ask them to like it. However, the mention means the Facebook itself shows like, share, and all these things. But yes, in post we should have to, you know, mention that, okay, like it. So if you have seen, for example, if I take an example of YouTube videos, so in most of the videos you have seen that at the end of the video they always mention that, okay, subscribe it or press the bell button, right? So this is something we have to convey to our user, that okay, what action he has to take on the on our post. So this is one thing. Apart from this, if we have any particular call to action for our say for on our post, so related to that call to action, we should have to be very precise call to actions on it, right? So for example, we want users to say, for example, say donate now. So we have to be a very, you know, crisp call to action over there, that donate now, right? So call to actions on each and every post should have to be clear. So I will show you a few examples after this. After that, there is a meaningful social interaction, which is very important thing, and this is the part of Facebook algorithm, as we have discussed earlier as well. So what does it mean? If someone is commenting on our, you know, on our post, we should have to revert him back. Or if someone is asking any question or some, you know, something related to our NGO services, or something related to animal welfare, or some people ask about the helplines or something, etc., we should have to promptly respond to our users. And we have to, you know, we should have to try to reduce the response time. So if you make it in 2 days, 3 days, then it's fine, and try to reduce it to 1 day, right? And quickly prompt it, quickly response to the user, so that we can increase the meaningful social interaction. Then what will happen by this? By this, next time when we will post anything, that the chances are higher that that user will see our post, right? So this is the importance of the meaningful social interaction here. Now the next thing is, whenever we are posting, apart from the length of the post, the type of a post, and the social interaction, the next thing which we should have to take care is of the, you know, the kind of hashtags and handles we are using. So handle, I have already give you a definition of handle. Handle is something, it's a account name, it's a username of our account, actually, in easiest way to understand. So when it comes to a hashtag, so hashtag basically it's a search thing, right? So hashtags work very specifically on Instagram, but on Facebook also it works really good. So how it works is that when you are, for example, say you have one brand, for say Nike is one brand, or say Fiapo is one brand. So whenever we are going to do any post related to brand or brand activities, we will try to hashtag with our brand name. So what will happen is, there are, you know, few searches which are, you know, few keywords which are most searchable on the Google, right? So, or on the social platforms. So for example, say recently we have one uh, say on 5th of September, it's a Teachers Day, right? So most of the posts, whatever we did, we hashtag with the hashtag Teachers Day over there, right? So the point here is that what we will do is, we need to, you know, proper hashtag the post, so that it will, you know, come into the search trends also. So there are few search trends which are common. Means which are very generic. So when we search for hashtag Teachers Day, so there are lots of posts you will find over there. So your post will also come under that, right? Also, whenever you want to do branding campaigns, you always do hashtag to your brand, so that in future you can see the, you know, the post under that hashtag, as well as you can see the searches under that hashtag. So the importance of a hashtag is very high here. So whenever we are going to do a post, we have to take care of 2-3 things. One is that we need a proper, just a minute, we need a proper post with the length of 100 to 250 characters. We need, you know, every post with either a photo or a video, right? We are very interactive with our users, so we are replying to all the comments, right? And we are using proper hashtags in our post. By using these 2-3 practice, we are, you know, we are almost ready to post anything on our handle, on our page, on our social platform, right? So now let's see here how it works. So this is something, for example, say this is something related to, okay, let me share some other things also, something related to your areas. Just a minute. Right. So if you see, just a minute. Okay, if you see the FIA post page, what you can do is that you can see that, okay, we have close to 200,000, say, like, 2 lakh 10, 11,000, people who follow us, right? So out of this 2 lakh, I have mentioned you that organically we can, if we have, good organic sharing and engagement, then we can, the reach is very high. So if you see this post, so it's a proper, it's well drafted post. So our few things are missing. We are working on that, right? So if you see here the engagement, you can see that 164 people like it, and close to 200, so close to 2,000 people, this post reached, right? So now the next is, what we can do is that we can, to increase the reach of this post, what we do is we can, we will go and boost this post and do some paid promotions so that I can reach to my maximum audience out of it, right? So now let's see some other examples. So if you see here, this is something, one post where we use proper logo, and the call to action is that, okay, the webinar is here now. This is some other post. So if you see here, right, so if you see this post, you can see that, okay, the post is here, the, somewhere in 100 to 200 characters, we are trying to use small title with the proper call to actions that, okay, apply now, right? And you can see that how many people it reach, right? So here you can see a proper call to action is here, that register now, right? So the logo is there. So what you have to do is that you have to just identify the right approach, and you have to be very precise in terms of call to action, that what exactly you are looking from your post. So this is about the metrics things. Now when it comes to a boost any post or do a paid promotion, so how do we do that paid promotion, right? So there is option here, you will find that boost post is coming over there. So once you click on the boost post, then it will lend to you some paid section, right? So where Facebook will ask you that, okay, what kind of users, what kind of audience, right, to whom you want to post it, and you also post it on the Instagram or whatever it is. So we will come to this point later, but before coming to it, what if we want to understand that, okay, for example, say we have this 200,000 audience, or say we have this 17,000 audience on my page, then what is this all about, right? So just a minute. Right. So we have 17,000 audience. And if I want to know that what is my audience all about, right? So who are these users? Where are their interest is? What they do? If I want to know each and everything about my audience, so there is one tool which I have mentioned here in my presentation also, which we will share it with you also. So let me come to this slide. So by this tool, we can see and understand our audience. This is very important thing, right? So let me quickly brief what we discussed so far. Whosoever joined later, they also have a good brief about it. So in the starting, we try to understand that, okay, what is the profile? So first we created our own profile, and then after profile we created a page. And when we create a page, we know that, okay, on the page we will get fans over there. So we have, for example, say a page with the name of Sherry Rohi, which I have shared here in the example. And now we are going to discuss that. We try to analyze that, okay, these 17,000 users, who they are and what kind of audience it is. And if I want to do a paid marketing, then what is the universe, right? So now let's take an example of animal lovers here. So this is, if you see, this is a audience manager of Facebook, right? So it gives a brief about the audience on Facebook, right? So if you can see globally, there are more than 1 billion new audience on the Facebook right now. And out of which 56% are men and 44% are women over there, right? So this is a global number, it's a big number. Now let's see in India first. So now we are in India, right? So in India, we can see there are 250 to 300 million people on Facebook, right? So right now, close to 300 million people in India use Facebook, out of which 24% are the women and 76% are the men over there, right? So this is about the Indian geography. So for example, say now I want to see specifically for Delhi, for example, so I can mention Delhi also here so that I can get the Delhi number also. Let me see the Delhi here. So in Delhi itself, there is 10 million to 15 million people, right? So how it is helping us? For example, say we are running NGOs in different cities, and you want to to target your local audience first, right? So the very first thing you have to understand is that what is the universe over there. For example, someone is sitting in a small city like say in Indore, so we can see that okay, in Indore, how many people are let me share in Indore how many people are using Facebook. So there are 1.5 to 2 million, लगभग 20 लाख लोग Facebook को use करते हैं in Indore, right? So this will give us an estimation that how many people are using Facebook. So let's select a country, India here, right? So because we want to target the whole India right now, so now we try to understand that what is our audience base, right? So for example, say we want to see it's 18 to any age, we can see all the audience here. So 30% is 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 34 is 43%. So we have to see that, okay, what kind of audience we have to select. For example, say there is an audience between 25, 35, this segment to this segment is the most decision-making audience if we need some, payment transactions. Or this audience is one of the most, this 18 to 24 audience is most, it's a young audience, and they are most engaging audience in terms of if you want to drive any activity, right? So this audience can help us there. So we have to just understand our audience, that what kind of audience we need to target, right? Now let's see the interest. So here we can see the interest also. So in interest, now let's see, there are lots of categories here in Facebook, right, which shows interest. So for example, say I want to see in India people who are interested in animal welfare, right? So I search for animal welfare. Now if you see here, so it gives me there are 2 to 2.5 million people who are interested in India in this category, that is animal welfare, right? So now if you are from a small city, you can mention your city name. Say you can mention here Noida, or you can mention here Indore, whatever city it is, right? So that you can get the so you can get the your interest of audience here, right? So this is a very good tool of Facebook which tells about the audience and their interest. Now let's see what these people do actually, right? Now I have selected India, and let's see let me select Indore, or say let me select Delhi so that we have some big number. So I select India, Delhi. So there are 100 to 150K people, लगभग 1.5 लाख लोग हैं who are interested into animal welfare. So the number is very less. You can see that in Delhi there are close to 2 million, 20 lakh people were there on Facebook. Out of 20 lakh, only 1.5 lakh people are there who are interested into animal welfare, right? And now let's see their gender. So 27% are the women, 73% are the men over there, and 60%, 62% are the single over there, 5% are in relation, 32% are married, and 1% is engaged. Education level is that 76%, most young people, these are in Delhi, 76% of the youth are the animal lover, right? And what they are doing exactly, right? So if you see the job titles of these users, so they are mostly into, say, healthcare and medical services, computation and mathematics, management, some into arts and entertainment industry, right? So by this section, you can see that what is their job titles. And now this audience, ये जो हमारे 1.5 लाख लोग हैं, what exactly they are liking on Facebook also, right? So they are look some parody kind of categories, some NGO. This is something interesting. They like PETA. They like World Animal Protection India. So it gives us a a strong faith on this audience. Okay, these 1.5 lakh people like uh, 150K. Okay, so these people like PETA as well as just a minute, as well as other animal protection pages also. So they have interest into some Hindu temples, also into some shopping centers, also hotel also, right? So this is their interest. Also we can see the pages likes where they like, and the location we can see. So it's in 65% is Delhi, and someone from Uttam Nagar, Shadra 2%, Burari 1%, and this is the location of Delhi. Or we can see the activities also of this 1.5 150K users, right? So out of these 150K users, uh, frequent activities are in last 30 days that okay, 23 posts liked and pages liked 2 in lifetime, something. What devices they are using? They are using now 85% people use mobile, and 83% users are the Android users, right? So this is a very important and good tool to understand the audience, the universe. So this is something which we understand right now about the universe, that for example, say in Delhi we are going to target animal welfare audience, that what is the universe of that animal welfare, right? So it's not just animal welfare. So if we search here in interest, so we can see there are dog lovers also. There is a big common, yeah. So dog lovers, we can see that there are, it's a big category. There are 50 to 60,000 people who are the dog lovers in Delhi, even more than that. So here in interest, you can get, you can, select the category, what exactly you are looking for, or you can just search it here. You can get the universe. Now, another interesting thing here is that when you see the pages, right? So right now, for example, I don't have, the access to your pages. For example, say if I want to see my page, for example, say this page is related to poetry, or in your case, because you have access to all of your pages, you can select your page, right? And in my page, if I want to see, just a minute, right? So if I want to see that out, you can see that, just a minute, someone is joined here. So we have 17,000 people in my page, right? So as I have shown you here on my page, that we have close to 17,000 followers on my page. But when I see here the audience of my page, right? The page name is this, Stadium Row, which I have mentioned here. So I have only 8.6K people. What does it mean? It means that out of 17,000 fans, or say 17,000 people, I have only 8.6K people who are active on a Facebook right now, right? So if whatever pages you have for your own, NGOs, so you have to see that how many people are active on your page, right? So this is very important thing to understand, that how many people are active. So there might be a possibility that you have 10,000 of, followers or fans on your page, but when you see the active audience, you will find, okay, 3,000 or 4,000 people are there only active, right? So what does it mean? By active means that in last 30 days, they did some activity on a page, right? Or on the Facebook. So this is something, this is the definition of the active, right? So when we select a page, it gives us a very precise information that what exactly they like it. So we can see the genders, we can see the devices, we can see the activities, right? So for example, say my page is related to poetry, and I can see that 17% women are there and 83% men are there. And if I find that, okay, there are more women who are interested in poetry, right? Women, I can see it from the universe here. So I can target more women in my paid campaigns to increase the fan base of women, right? So we can see here that what job title they are using, what is the education level of my own page. So the interesting thing is that we have to see the likes here, that what these people are liking, right? So if I see, I have say 17,000 audience over there. Out of 17,000, 8.5 thousand audience is active over there, but all this active audience is completely relevant audience to mine, because I am into poetry. You can see that what they are liking it. So my audience also likes Ankahe Shabd. So something related to Dar Badar, something related to, this is the Kavya Jasne poetry. These are the, more literary arts kind of things. This is social things, right? So this is something which my audience likes. So by this, I have a great confidence in my audience that, okay, whatever I am sharing on my page is reaching to right audience, right? So this will help us to check it, the likes as well as unlikes. So which I will show you in another report right now. So this is something which will help us to understand that what kind of audience we do have right now and what kind of audience we have to target, right? So this is a very good tool. I shared here link. So I think after this call, we will share this presentation with you. You can see these links over there, or we can share these links with you so that you can check it, that how's your audience and what kind of audience you do have. So this tool is really interesting and good in terms of identifying the audience as well as targeting the new audience for your ad copies. Now moving to the next part. Okay. So this is something which we have mentioned that, okay, whenever we post anything on page, then Facebook give us 2 to 3% of organic reach maximum, right? To reach to our 100% of audience or maximum of our audience, what we have to do is we have to do a paid posting or a paid boosting over there, right? Now let's see one good example of Live to Rescue page. So we'll discuss this page later after this. So let me share another thing with you. Right. So here in the new version, what you can see is that on the top there is a plus sign. So once you click on the plus sign, just a minute, then you have all the services of Facebook as well as all the, the post stories and the live event things here, right? So whatever you want to do is you can create a page, you can create your own ad, you can create your group, events, marketplace, and the fundraising thing here, right? Apart from this, there are, lots of insights of Facebook here, right? So just a minute. Let me show you. Right. Okay. So this is okay. So far what we discussed about the profile, we discussed about the page. Then we discuss about how to, post a page on the page, and what all the things we have to take care of when we are posting any post on the page. Then we discuss about the reach, about the engagement, and then we discuss about the audiences, right? When all things we complete it and we set up all these things, then we have to start analyzing uh, the performance of our post, the performance of our page, right? So when it comes to check the performance of our posts and pages, there is a tool that is called a Facebook Insight tool. So what you have to do is you have to go to the Facebook Insight tool. On Insight, you will get, this kind of report over there, right? That, okay, in which posts, for example, say this is the post, what hashtag we used, what is the engagement overall there, what is the, reach overall there. So we can see reach as well as engagement on each and every post here, right? Also, what we can see here is we can see when, how many people at what time people are online, right? So for example, say that most of the people are online at this time period, right? So it will help us to to decide the, schedule time of for our posts also, right? So usually means what is the common time for us is that insights not only tell this thing, but there are lots of other information which you'll get from the insights. The reach report which I have shown you here. Just a minute. From the reach, we can see that how many organic reach is there, that whatever we are posting, that it is reaching to how many people organically. If we are doing any paid activities, we can see, the chart of paid also here, right? So what kind of, how many like, comments, and, shares we are getting on our post, this we can see from here. And what you can do is, the report is very good actually, and to make this report more informative, what you can do is you can just check the, timeline from where you want the report, and you can download it. Once you download the report, you will get an Excel report, and Excel report is something like this actually, right? So Excel report will show you something like this. Just a minute. Right, get a big report like this. So in that report, you can highlight that what you want to see. And there is another report where you can see the post wise unlikes also, that on what posts, what kind of unlikes we are getting, so that you can tune up your, posting strategy and the posts also, right? So once you follow this whole step, the whole process is, it will help you to increase the reach, to increase the engagement of your posts, right? So key things which we have mentioned in the presentation is that you have to be very precise in the call to actions, in the text you are using, as well as the image you are using for posting, right? But beyond that, there is the important thing is that you have to understand your audience first from this audience insight tool, that what kind of audience you do have, right? So for example, say that you have 10,000 of users and you are, posting daily something related to animal rights, but the people there they like movies, right? They are not into the same interest actually. So it means that in that case your reach will be, always killed, right? So try to build right relevant audience of either you are doing organically or you are doing a paid marketing. So this is something what we recommend here. So there is one page, quickly we will discuss this page. It's a nice page, Live to Rescue. I think Live to Rescue team is here.
Yes, Vikas, they're here.
Okay, just a minute. So it's a nice page overall. Let me show you. So as we have mentioned in this audience insights, because I don't have access to this page, otherwise we can see the kind of audience also. So I would suggest you guys to just go to the audience insight. I will share the link with you, and put your page there and just see that what kind of audience you do have. It's a very nice page. So it's a neat and clean page. Daily we have some activity over there on the page, so we can see some good engagement is also there. So whatever we are posting, we are getting some good likes and good share over there. So now the thing is that, okay, if you see one common thing over here is that one interesting thing in this page is that they have 3,859 people who liked it, but they have more followers, which is a really good part, that okay, they have more followership here. Now when you see here in this, we can see there are we just uploaded 92 pictures in one go. So it's pretty big actually for a user to consume all these 92 pictures. So uh, I don't know whether it's not a photo gallery, I think, but if we can create a photo gallery like this, then it will be helpful for a user to see. The next is that very nice and neat and clean pictures here, right? So as we have discussed, if we can add some um, call to actions over there on the images, right? So like for example, say you want more people to join as a volunteer for you guys, you can add join us, or something similar to the taglines, whatever you have, right? So that you have more people who will come. So you can see that 81 people liked it, 5 share of this image. So it's a nice image over there so far. Same with here. So here if you see, as we have mentioned, that we try to use I don't know, means you have to just cut down the length of the the title here. If you can, we can reduce it and make it small first thing. And we have some minimum number of hashtags, right? Animal love is a very nice hashtag. Love is a very generic one. Joy is very generic one. Animal friends is something which is relevant to us, right? Live to love is something good. Live to rescue is really good actually. So animal love, animal friends, live to rescue, these are the very relevant hashtags which we can add here. Next is okay, so this one is nice actually. So it's a happy Teachers Day. It's a very precise small small text, as well as precise hashtags, right? So this one is good with, and the engagement is also good because we don't have access, so we cannot see the reach. Hope you guys can see the reach, and just check the percentage of the reach, right? So if you are getting 5% organic, or somewhere 3 to 5% organic reach, then you are doing great actually. Now what next you have to do is to increase your reach, to reach to more and more people. You need to small boost. So boost starts from 80 rupees a day to whatever budget you do have, right? So I always recommend, you have to do small boosts regularly whenever it is required. The reason being is that by this you can keep your audience engaging, right? So for example, say this is some summit you have mentioned here on 7th September, 12th September, something what happened, right? So in this case, what you should have to do is, if you see here, I don't know the reach here. Again, you can see the reach. It means, for example, say if the reach is 200 here. So you can see that, okay, what does it mean? It means that this summit reached to only 200 people. However, you have very relevant 4,000 people with you, right? So whenever we have any such kind of event, or any such kind of sub webinars or something like this, we should have to do preparation for say minimum 7 days to 10 days back, and 2 to 3 days we have to to run the post organically without any promotion. And after 2 days we should have to boost the post, so that we can get maximum out of it. So this is about this page. Now one interesting thing is, if you see here, so this is your users interest, right? So this is a very relevant story, news story which you posted here, which is really appreciated here. So if you see that 73 people liked it, 18 share, 9 comments over there, So if you see the comments, let's see the comments here. So people are, people are mentioning thanks, something, good job, this. So what we can do is we can either, so as if you see from the beginning, lots of time we have mentioned that, okay, meaningful social interaction is much required here. So whosoever has, posted some comments over there, either we will like that, comment, or we will reply them some thanks or something, we can, reply to them. So by this, what will happen next time is that, for example, say this Rinshan Chan, and if you liked him or reply to his comment, then next time whenever you will post anything, the chances are very high that at least this guy will get your posts, right? Because we started increasing the interaction. So I would suggest you to increase the interaction. This is another wonderful example of the post you have mentioned here, that you have 154 likes here, 2 comments and 19 shares. There might be possibility that these shares are from your internal team, but again the issue is that it's too big here for a user to read. Because what happened in the mobile phone, because 90%, 95% users are consume Facebook from mobile app. So, and as well as there is one thing called instant articles, which I think we will cover later on whenever it is required. So there, it truncated most of the content, right? So try to use it something short, with somewhere in 100 to 200 characters, so that the chances of truncate it is less over there, right? So this is about this page. So far you are doing good. So I would suggest here on this page, just do a small boost, right, with small money. So as I have mentioned, that minimum it is 80 rupees a day, right? So if and whenever you start boosting it, uh, boost it to to your targeted audience. So for that you have to create your own audience here in the audience manager. And for example, say you created one audience related to dog lovers, you created one audience related to animals welfare, you created one audience related to, say, animal rights, right? So create different audience, and for example, say there is post which is related to pet lovers or dog lovers, you can boost that post to the dog lovers also, right? So this will give you a good good engagement, as well as it will help you to improve your audience. Also, in parallel to this, whatever your budget is, you should have to do small campaigns to increase your audience set also, right? So you first you have to check the universe. For example, say let's see the Ladakh first. Let me see if it is a Ladakh thing, right? So let's see LAEA. Jammu and Kashmir, Leh. So we picked Leh. In Leh, we can see there are 70 to 80,000 people who are on Facebook right now, right? And out of this, if I want to see animal welfare, or say animals, okay, let's see the animal welfare first. So there are very less people in this tag category. Or say, let's see the dog lovers, we see, just a minute. So if we see dog lovers, so again, the audience set is less over there. So we are getting very less people over there. But what you can do is you can search similarly on different audience set and try to see what kind of audience there is in the Leh, right? So however, the number is very less, but still the universe is pretty high. Out of 70 to 80,000 people, if you have 4,000 people, and I'm assuming all are from the Leh, then it's a good number you have, right? So, but again, you have to just put your page into this audience insight and see that from where you have the audience, what kind of audience you do have, what is their interest, so that you can get maximum out of it. So this is something which is from my side. I would say, Shreya, if you want to add something, you can add here.
Hi, everybody. There are a couple of points that I wanted to share in terms of social media. So when we talk about the description on our page, on the various pages that we have on different social media platforms, it's very important that we write as much as we can about our organization. So, be it our website handle, our social media handles, or about our organization in terms of whether or not it is an NGO, etc. All of those things can be added there. Apart from that, so when it comes to social media platforms and the kind of posts we put out, we can include posts like videos, blogs, polls, infographics. In case you feel that we are not able to do too much of designing, then just taking simple photographs, putting a logo can really uplift the vibe of the page. So these are some simple things that can be done. Apart from this, if you feel that your organization does not have a lot of funds, so there are some platforms like LinkedIn which give a really good organic reach. So if you're looking at fundraising, etc., then those are the platforms where you can post a little more and more frequently. Next would be branding. So if we talk about your logo and we talk about the colors used in your normal posts, everyday posts, so if there is a sync between the two, the entire page, be it on Instagram, be it on Facebook or Twitter, LinkedIn, it will look very coherent. Okay, so if you're, for example, Fiapo's logo has orange, white, black, green, all of these colors. So if we primarily use these colors in our posts, it'll be more coherent with the logo, and everything will be very visually appealing. So these are the things that we can do. Okay. Apart from this, we can also include a variety of posts, and we can, the approach can be collaborative. For example, you see a fellow organization that is doing similar work, we can always appreciate them or highlight their good work as well. And maybe we can at times tag them. So this will not only encourage them, but will also give you more visibility. So organizations can come together and collaborate in such a manner. You may also try and reach out to various influencers and see if they would be interested in the cause that you're promoting, and if they would want to take it forward and maybe say something about your organization or say something on the idea that your organization promotes on their page. So this is something that can be done. Uh, so just like we saw that our target audience is, we need to determine our target audience. Similarly, we also need to determine the goal of our social media posts. For example, if we say by the end of 1 month, we want to cover 3-4 main themes. So what is the final outcome that we want from those themes? For example, if we are saying, if we are talking about something as simple as animal rights and we are focusing only on one campaign, maybe on dogs or monkeys or anything. For example, if we are talking about World Rabies Day and we want to focus on dogs, maybe we could do a poll on Monday. Basis the results of the poll, we could do an infographic on Tuesday. Basis that, we could do a detailed blog on Wednesday. On Thursday could be work updates. On Friday could be the organization interacting with the audience through surveys or maybe doing a live, all of these things. So whenever somebody is coming to your platform should be very vibrant and lively and should give the person who is coming a lot of variety. Secondly, different people engage differently. Some might like to read more, some might want to look at pictures and just go through, scroll through your blogs or your social media platforms. So you need to target as many kinds of people as possible. Next would be to give them a CTA, which is a call to action. So if a person is coming to your social media platform and they see that there are a lot of posts but there's nothing that they can do about it, so that might restrict the engagement also to some level. But if we say that this is what our organization is doing and this is what you can do, so the person will also feel inspired to do something about it. And that is when we can gauge their interest and maybe enable them to collaborate with us, give them an opportunity to collaborate with us as a volunteer, as a member, or as an influencer in whatever capacity it is possible. Um, then talking about the different platforms and the tones used to communicate. Facebook and Instagram are comparatively lighthearted, and Twitter and LinkedIn are comparatively serious platforms. So if you want to post something regarding maybe a certification that your organization got, or if you want to talk about the new members that the organization has, all of these things can be put on LinkedIn. If you want to talk more about a particular news or maybe a link where your organization was mentioned, that is something that will work really well on Twitter. And if you're talking about just light-hearted posts, then Facebook and Instagram would be better platforms. The same piece of information, when needs to go on different platforms, you'll have to maybe change the tone in terms of making it more friendly for Facebook and Insta, and making it slightly serious and more something which has more gravity when it comes to posting on LinkedIn and Twitter. I would want to share my screen and talk about one or two platforms that you can use to maybe do the Google Analytics and just to do basic analytics and make your social media processes easier. I'm just sharing my screen. Okay, so so there is this platform called as Hootsuite. It will allow you to post on all of your platforms at once and will save a lot of time. So if your organization has the budget to make an account on Hootsuite, then you can just go on this icon. You can choose the icon post, and then it'll give you an option to select where all you want to post. Okay, so primarily you will have to link all of the social media platforms to this platform. And suppose I chose this one. So now I will be able to post the same post on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter at the same time. So these kind of posts will not allow you to make customized content for different platforms. This is for times when you can post the same content on all the platforms at once. Then talking about the analytics part, so this is the analytics icon. Now you can see that we are able to gauge the data of how many posts we did, how many fans we have, what's the engagement level, what's the traffic. Okay, all of these things are coming on this window all at once. And we can compare various platforms also here. So like this is Facebook overview. Similarly, we can look at Instagram overview, or we can look at how LinkedIn is doing. And similarly for Twitter. So this is, it gives you a good idea about which platforms are doing well. You can also generate reports here. So maybe you can do this on a monthly basis and see what kind of platforms are working well for you, what kind of posts are working well for you. The second platform is Linktree. So if you're primarily using Instagram, you might want to use Linktree for posting links. As you might know that Instagram does not allow you to click on links. Okay, the links that we post are not clickable. So you can always, I'll just open Instagram's page. So like you can see, we have added Linktree's link here. If I click on this, I have all the links at one place. So now if a user wants to see what this video is about, they can just go here, they can just click here. If they want to register, it'll directly, this particular tab will directly take them to the main page where they can register, which Instagram directly would not have allowed. Okay, so these are certain things that can be done. Apart from this, if we talk about platforms like GetResponse or MailChimp, Benchmark, all of these things, they will allow you to send mailers. For example, if you want to send out a monthly newsletter, or if you want to just engage with a particular set of audience in through emails and visually appealing emails, then GetResponse is one of the platforms that can be used. Here also, you can generate reports and see that, okay, we sent an email, a mailer to these many people, and these many people opened it, 15 people clicked on it, all of these things. So these are just platforms that will help you assess how different content pieces are doing. Okay. Also, I'm just trying to show the difference between how various posts do. So if we see posts which, for example, we talk about this post, whenever we are posting a poll or somewhere or a piece of content where other people are supposed to take some direct action, then it inherently helps them engage with the page a little more. So if I'm clicking on yes or no, these are the kind of posts that will stay with me for a longer period of time, because I will have to read the question carefully, then I will have to process it, and then I'll have to give a response to it. So this is one thing. Then coming to Twitter. So Twitter also allows you to assess how various posts are doing individually and on a monthly basis also. So these are the areas that you might want to look at when it comes to how different platforms are doing. And yeah, for example, this post. See, when we look at this post, we have only 1 retweet and 3 likes. But when we look at this post, though it does not have any picture and it just has one simple question, still we received 10 votes and 1 like. So if we compare these two, we put in more effort in this one because we had to design a picture, we had to think of a post copy and everything, and we got this engagement. And here, despite no picture, despite nothing which is visually appealing, we still were able to engage 10 people. So you'll have to see what is doing well for your platform. This is one thing. If we talk about LinkedIn, so here is the about section. You would want to ensure that you're writing as much as you can in your about section. When your organization started, how old your organization is, how people can connect with you. You will be able to see how your last post did. Okay, you will be able to see the number of followers. There are ways in which you can increase your followers by maybe posting something on your main profile, and then also sharing the same post in various groups, relevant groups, because the reach of groups is in thousands and sometimes in lakhs. So your post instantly will get a lot of at least viewership, not engagement. I think I've covered most of what I wanted to share, and apart from this,
I think, Shreya, now we should also take questions from people.
Sure.
So the forum is open for questions now. If anyone has any queries or they want to discuss about anything, please they can share. Uh, okay. Anyone? Any questions? मयंक जी, आपको कुछ पूछना है? आपका वेबसाइट, आपको क्वेश्चंस थे, कंटेंट क्या डालना है वेबसाइट पे? Mayank ji from G Welfare Trust.
Yes.
So,
last time we have discussed about the content. If you have seen our website, there is a lack of content. Can you guide us? How can we improve the content? How can what to add the content right now? Actually, we have the basic website we have that right now at the moment.
okay. I think Vikas, I think you have the link for the website.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
can you please let me know the website? What's the name?
It's gwelfare.org.
G Welfare.
JEEV.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen this website. So it's right. Okay, so because see, your website is into WordPress. Actually, I have seen it, right? So I think that your CMS is pretty easy to use, and you guys manage it by your own. Right?
No, we are not managing by own. We have one volunteer who is doing this.
Right. So means I can see that there is one blog section on your website, right? So after say from 10th of July, there is no update on that blog section, right?
Right.
And the last image which you have shared, it's pretty good image actually. So which shows that okay, what you have done so far. So in terms of this warts in dog's mouth one which you have shared, right? So so this is easy to maintain actually. So you don't need much efforts to make a content for a WordPress website. So I would suggest that if you have a small picture or if you have any picture shoot, right, you can just go and upload it on the WordPress and share it on your social handles. This is the easiest way to do, right? So but yes, some regularity is important. So either you do it in a daily one piece of content or image, or you do it weekly or monthly, you do 2 or 3 copies, right? So whatever it's your frequency, you have to manage it, but try to make the consistency. Because if you see right now what it happens is that as a user, if I see that I find it it's a bit delayed actually. So in July I can see 2-3 posts, that's all, right? After that there is nothing, right? So it seems that you manage this whole website in July itself.
Yes,
right?
we have made the actually we have made the website on the July.
Right. So after that there is no work done. But yes, blog is something which is easiest way and easy thing to do with, right? So I would suggest you to do blog postings.
Right.
If you don't have much content over there, then it's fine. You can go and do the photo posts also and give a small brief about the photos, right? The way you did so far on the blog actually.
All right, thank you.
But the content is always helpful when it comes to a search engine optimization, right? So whenever later we will try to conduct one more session on search engine optimization. So need more content, more keywords on a page so that we can rank into the search engines as well. But so far you are doing good. Just try to make a consistency and do picture posts on the blog and do blogging in that way only. So that will give you a good boost actually. It's a good startup actually, right?
Right.
Yeah,
because someone has asked if the website of G Welfare Trust, if it can be shared on the screen. because they want to understand what suggestions are given. Can we do that quickly? It's possible.
See my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is a website. So it's a nice website. Website looks good, right? So you have properly placed content as well, right? And now, because the question was related to that, where to put the content, right? So the one suggestion is that obviously, because it's not the SEO discussion, that's why I didn't discuss those things in detail. So here, the first thing is that you can do, you have to put some keywords on your website, right? That we can cover sometime later in our SEO session. But your question was precisely related to how we can add more content. So you have a blog section, which is fairly good. And here what you can do is you can go and post the photos like this and something similar like this, right? So this is something which you can do it by your own, right? So it will not require much effort. So this one is nice one actually, right? So you can do a lot actually out of it. So on social also, these kind of pictures will work good actually. So the picture quality and the pictures you are sharing are more natural and real. So this is something which we cannot share actually, but yes, it's nice effort so far. Right.
Right. Any more questions from anyone? Okay. Okay, I think we do not have any more questions. So anything that Shreya or Vikas you want to conclude, want to say?
Yeah, it's good to be with all of you and hope that you will follow these practices, right? And whenever you have, any problem, right, you can just, approach us. So we will assist you somewhere whenever it is required. And after this session, we will share the presentation with you so that you can look into the links. And as Shreya also mentioned and briefed you about all the platforms, so try to utilize all the social platforms, right? Build your own audience, relevant audience, and and reach to maximum people. This is what I would say. Thank you.
You want to say anything?
Not really. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you everybody.
Okay. So I think thank you everybody for joining. It was really good that you took out time today on a weekday and joined us all here. So this request regarding training on social media, how to manage social media, put across by a lot of member organizations, and we were happy that we were able to do it finally. And thank you, Vikas and Shreya. You explained everything very extensively, and I must say that you mentioned all the nitty-gritties of using social media platforms. We all use the platforms every day, but I think even me and including most of the people here, we did not know about the techniques and tools that you mentioned, a hot suit, Facebook Insights, all of these. And I think they'll be very useful for people who are running the organizations or running the NGOs, especially in the challenging times like current, like where we are not able to reach out to people physically. So thank you everybody for joining, and we'll share the PPT with you and also the link for the session today on the email addresses that you mentioned, and we can also share this on our WhatsApp groups. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you.